Let me see what's happening over here in the YouTube world. It's turning green. That means it's receiving data. Hey, guys, how you doing? Let HA and I know if you can see us. I don't think they got
Can
it just yet.
can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
It's still going towards them.
All right.
There you go. Hey, guys, let us know if you can hear us now.
Let
HA
us know if you
Goodman in
can
the
hear
house.
us. Can you hear? Can you hear? Any word, Tim?
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm moving you a little bit here. Skype, no sellouts, no sellouts. Hey, guys, what's up? Yep, they said loud and clear, brother. So,
All right.
bam.
Let's do this.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am.
All right, get rid of that. Hey, guys, how you doing? It's your man, Tim Black, and you are tuned in to No Sellouts. It's Tim Black and my main man, H.A. Goodman. What's up, H.A.?
Tim Black. How how are you today on this fantastic
Dude, every
day?
time you say Tim Black, dude, that shit kills me, man. You so funny, man. Tim Black, H.A.
Tim
Goodman.
Black. I want to tell you something.
What up,
Before
bro?
we address a whole bunch of different topics,
Right.
you know what happens when a person lies all the time?
Yeah. Hillary Clinton. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. No. I can't talk about her, so I call her either Madam Cyberhack or HRod 17.
H-Rod.
HRod 7. That's her email address. But when Democrats lie all the time, and they say it was for convenience, the server. They say never received anything marked classified, anything classified. They even say what is. Remember that from Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
They said, what is. Am I having the relationship, or was I? When you lie all the time and then you suddenly show outrage because Trump lies, that it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you got to have some standards. So I'll just kind of give my initial 2 cents on everything that's going on regarding the whole wiretap thing.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. I mean, you saw KellyAnne Conway go out and have another stellar performance. KellyAnne Conway, man, goodness gracious, woman. Like, I tried to have her back on the HBCUs because they were taking her out of context. They took a picture and they said she did this the entire time when they knew that wasn't true. Now, the average people sitting at home, you don't know. You see a picture, you think that's what happened, but then you see other pictures like, oh, so she sat there for a second to check her phone, to set her camera, and then she took pictures of the people. Oh, I didn't know. But this HA is totally different, bro. This thing about microwave cameras and just throwing that out there,
well, that's not even, look, that kind of crazy stuff. This is the crazy thing. Each side, it's such a huge divide between the conservatives, and it's not just, a lot of people think, oh, it's Trump supporters. No. Conservatives too, Republicans also. That myth that we heard that the Republican, housewives or conservative women will vote Democrat. That's a myth that never happened. So conservatives and Democrats see things completely differently. There's a lot of people who, believe KellyAnne Conway, but the main thing is there's a lot of people who are saying, yeah, it's all good. What he meant was spying. So wiretap meant spying. And the truth of the matter is, yes, of course, President Obama never said, he never said, James Comey, I command you, spy on Trump. That's not that's not the way President Obama communicates. That's not the way.
You.
Yeah. You must do this for me. I am ordering a wiretap. That's not the way he operates. The big issue that I find, this is something that I find dangerous. Okay, people use the word danger. This is dangerous. An incoming president who won? We both wanted Jill Stein. We both wanted Bernie. People forget I voted for Jill Stein and pushed for Bernie forever. They forget that. But he won. He won the Electoral College. And he, wasn't expected to win, but he won anyway. Why was he even investigated, Tim? Based on highly confident or moderately confident intelligence. That's not evidence. So when people say, where's the evidence? Oh my God, the evidence. How dare they say that about President Obama? Where was the evidence? Where was the evidence that justified an investigation? The convoluted, well, by the way, I have this petition, Tim. It's close to 4,000 signatures. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I've retweeted it.
Yeah, you did. You retweeted it. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for the DNC. It's close to 4,000 signatures right now, and it's for the DNC to give their computer servers to the FBI. Tim, they did not. The FBI asked for their computer servers. The DNC said no. Mm-hmm. We're not going to give you. We have some kind of third-party private firm, CrowdStrike, that's going to, they'll just tell us what we want to hear, and we can blame the Russians for everything. Nobody in the government has investigated the server yet the U.S. government has defended the DNC, a private entity.
Yep.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
The big issue I find dangerous is now Obama can say, you know what, this new Democratic candidate, pick an adversary or pick a rival, China, North Korea, Iran. Oh, well, you know what? There's interference. My God, there's interference from this country. We have to investigate them. It's a big, big problem.
Yeah.
There are millions of people who are brainwashed very easily, and so that's why I think it's
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and the divide is so steep, like you just stated, man, that people do believe. I mean, just imagine, as crazy as it may sound about the microwave camera thing, there are people. What kind of climate does that type of a assertion even enter their mind? The type of climate where people don't trust their government, to the extent people don't trust our government. You know what I mean? So the idea that people are being spied on, the idea that they will go to all types of lengths to invade the privacy of American citizens, that's something that's a problem, that people feel that way. I mean, the majority of people don't trust the government. So from that standpoint, you're going to have assertions, some good, some bad, and I'm not trying to support what KellyAnne said or any of that, but only in an environment of distrust and paranoia, and there's reasons for it. Like, there's reasons for it. I mean, somehow they knew what Mike Flynn was talking about. Like, somehow they knew. I don't know how mysterious. I mean, maybe they're psychic. Maybe it's psychic, And this did not just start with Trump, with his thing about Obama and the tweets, the wiretapping. This started years ago with Edward Snowden. It started before that with the Nixon tapes. I mean, it started before that with taping of MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. or any other. Pick something. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna. You know about the Tuskegee syphilis experiment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna read this for everybody watching. This is just the Wikipedia. The Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis infamous clinical study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the U.S. Public Health Services. It targeted African-American men in Alabama under the guise of receiving free health care from the United States government. And of these men, so the Public Service started working on a study. Investigators enrolled the study of 600 impoverished African-American sharecroppers. Of these 300 of these men, 399 had previously contracted syphilis. The others were allowed to just die and actually given syphilis during the study. And this was the most unethical study. This is the Wikipedia description isn't really, like, it doesn't explain everything very quickly, but basically black men were targeted as just an experiment by the U.S. government to learn about syphilis.
Was that 18? I'm sorry, AJ. Was that 1870?
No, 1932. between 1932 and 1972.
Okay. I knew that. I just wanted to make sure because I'm sure we got a lot of people that are hard of hearing. Tim, what's wrong with the blacks? Why don't blacks trust the government? Why do black people always question videotape? Why do they always question what the police tell them? Why do they always question our government? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. But if I got to listen to other people complain about their mistreatment through the years, I mean, I can give you some up-to-date stuff like this, for instance. This was government sanctioned, folks.
Government sanctioned. I'll just read you the, like, I have a better site. For 40 years, between 1932 and 1972, the U.S. Public Health Services conducted an experiment on 399 black men in the late stages of syphilis. These men, for the most part illiterate sharecroppers from one of the poorest counties in Alabama, were never told what disease they were suffering from or its seriousness. Informed that they were being treated for, quote, bad blood, their doctors had no intention of curing them of syphilis at all. The data for the experiment was to be collected from autopsies of the men. Basically, they let them die.
Yep.
And then they just, and they were thus deliberately left to degenerate under the ravages of syphilis, which can include tumors, heart disease, paralysis, blindness, insanity, and death. As I see it, one of the doctors involved explained, quote, "We have no further interest in these patients until they die." So it's just sick.
And H.A., why do you bring that story up? What's your point with that?
I bring it up because Democrats love anything, like they love the CIA now, because the CIA, God forbid, could never do anything contrary to the interests of our country or the interests of our citizens.
Right.
The government is not, this is not, you can still live in the U.S. and, generally accept a lot of things, but also be aware that the Tuskegee syphilis experiment exists, and so does domestic spying, and so does the fact that these intelligence agencies are highly politicized. So there's millions of people right now who say, well, Russian hacking, how do you know? Because 13 agencies, or what, there's a consensus among intelligence agencies that they're not certain. Not one of those agencies are 100% certain, but they all have a consensus that they're either moderately or highly confident.
Absolutely.
So
right.
It's just crazy, like the level of just accepting anything as long as it fits your political beliefs, and then you wonder why you have Trump. This is why people were tired of the neoliberal, the democratic, let's lie because the other side lies. Okay, you live by that, you're going to lose elections by that. That's one of the things that, I'm saying and I'm trying to say. But the Tuskegee experiment is just an example of, such a horrific, unethical, immoral, crazy thing.
Absolutely. And to this day, there are African Americans, there's black folks all across this country who won't go get flu shots.
I don't blame anyone who doesn't. Yeah.
Seriously. So we got a lot of millennials who watch this show, and sometimes I don't think they grasp because they don't have the historical context of these types of situations that took place. I mean, really, when we talk about our government and the things that they have done, things that the bombings, our government has bombed U.S. citizens, black U.S. citizens on U.S. soil. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Black Panther Party, they bombed a city block. The government did that, and then they did these experiments. So it's good to bring people up to speed so that they understand. So H.A., with Russia, did you get a chance to see, Dmitry Peskov talk about, totally unilaterally just denied all Russian involvement in the 2016 election. He's like, look, I got nothing. We had nothing to do with it. I'm here on behalf of Putin, and I'm here to tell you this is crazy talk. Russia did not hack the election. Did you check out that piece?
I checked it out, but also WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, they also deny it categorically.
Right.
And it's interesting. All of that information, plus this is the best part of everything, Tim. You want to hear the best part of everything? The most hilarious part of everything? The DNC, can never have been a mole. That was Russia, a foreign country. Do you know what the CIA is saying?
What's that?
It wasn't a foreign country. It was a mole for the hacks. For the WikiLeaks Vault 7, the Vault 7,
right.
When they published all the CIA tools,
right.
WikiLeaks goes on their Twitter account and says, isn't it interesting how the CIA really wants everybody to know that it was a mole, that it wasn't a foreign country?
Oh, right. yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So this is the narrative, okay? The CIA, they're just, a regular, they're easily... So it's not another country. It's a mole inside. Mm-hmm. But with the DNC, it's not a mole.
Right.
It's another country. And then with Hillary's private server, with special access program intelligence, it's completely safe.
Yep.
Completely safe.
Right. And yeah, I brought that out in the video too. I pointed out that point that now all of a sudden there's no talk of if there any hacking going on, but it's all like internal and they're running their investigation. I think they started the next day. Like I think the Vault 7 came out on a Tuesday. They had an investigation started Wednesday morning. Like they're getting at it, man, because they believe it's somebody inside it. It was one of these former CIA guys was saying how he blamed millennials. I know you saw that.
Hayden. Yeah, the guy, the former CIA and NSA chief. The hilarious thing is this. This is really funny. Like, it's not funny, but it's funny at the same time. How many smart TVs are in Yemen? Or how many smart TVs are in places where we are actively trying to spy on ISIS? So why are the CIA can hack through a smart TV? I guess we're gonna. It's not just spying in those places, but
yeah. I don't know how many. I get your point. How many smart TVs are there in the mountains of Yemen or the mountains of Afghanistan? Like it's a whole bunch of guys, just chilling, watching HBO.
And how many terrorists are in Europe saying, "My God, I just got the best smart TV with this fantastic receiver. I'm gonna just watch it, and I'm sure that nobody's gonna try to hack it." Even before this, the CIA. So, is this? And if God forbid, something happens to us like God forbid, like a 9/11, I'm just saying if it ever does again, we haven't, these people, I mean, you talk about Congressman Adam Schiff, who is, only focused on the Democratic Party, doing everything, basically perpetuating the DNC narrative that the Russians did. He's supposed to be focused on the enemies that we have, on protecting the country. You have these people in the intelligence committees in the Congress who are supposed, in the Democratic side, who are supposed to only focus on protecting us from enemy nations, from, God forbid, terrorists and all these things. All they've done is, for a year and a half, defend Hillary's emails, and then now blame Russia. Nothing, absolutely nothing about, could we possibly, are we vulnerable? Are we vulnerable to another attack? Are we vulnerable to, I don't know, different groups within our country? Forget about foreign groups. What about groups inside the country?
Right.
What about the next Dylan Roof? What about the next, because the whole Dylan Roof thing, this is not tinfoil. This guy was, someone brainwashed Dylan Roof, or there were a lot of people who had a hand in what Dylan Roof did. A lot of people.
Really?
Well, did you see that photo of him with the gun pointing at the daisies?
No.
Okay, there's the phrase "pushing up daisies."
Okay. Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Dying.
So he's pointing the gun down, and it's just there's two. I mean, maybe I'm looking too far into it. But nobody is, you have to be programmed, or you have to be, I don't know exactly the correct term, but you can't sit and listen to people pray and then kill them. This is not a normal human reaction.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you.
So there is I'm sure a lot of people involved with that. This is not even a conspiracy theory. It's not humanly like a thing. Most of the mass shootings, they don't sit with their victims for so long.
Oh yeah, of course not. Well, I can't think of one where they did. Just horrific, man, horrific.
I mean, how long did Dylan Roof sit in the church?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I think it was like over like 40 minutes, something like that. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I don't think that's. I think that there are a lot of things that there are a lot of threats that, unfortunately, the people who are supposed to protect this country, that's not their mission right now. Their mission is complete, pure politics. That's it.
And talking about Russia and talking about Trump tweets, I saw that you retweeted Mike Tracy, who sent out a tweet about Maxine Waters.
Oh, yeah.
It said that 58% of her tweets in the last, I don't know how long, have been focused around Russia. Like, that's it. Like, Russia.
Well, yeah, she has a great tweet that I put in. I had a Counterpropa article out yesterday. Oh, I put I talked a little bit about us and no sellouts, but in the Counterpropa article. But there's a tweet where she basically said there's so many questions unanswered in Russia. Impeach Trump. This is going to lead to Trump impeachment. No, it's not. And people say, there's a lot of people who don't like me. They don't realize, though, and they're progressives. They don't realize, though, that I pushed for Bernie Sanders for a year and a half and then pushed for Jill Stein. I voted for Jill Stein and Bernie. They don't get that. They've never read any of my articles. But the one thing they really don't understand is they don't get why focusing on Russia is not going to help Democrats and will not impeach Trump. He didn't break any laws. There's no laws broken. The DNC he would have to have known that the DNC was cheating Bernie Sanders. Trump would have to have known that Podesta and all the revelations we found out, he would have to have known this.
That's true. Yeah, well, I mean, remember, yeah, but see, the thing is, like we said so many times, HA, they're not even saying that if someone hacked, which I don't believe is true anyway, but they're not saying that there was any type of like data manipulation. Any type of sabotage. It was just exposure. I wish somebody cracked into my vote and found out what I'm up to. They'd find out I'm working my butt off. I'm over here dropping video after video. I'm talking to Bon Kim about starting a new network, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm talking to Sam Ronan. Like if you crack Tim Black, that's all you're gonna get. The occasional Joe Rogan podcast, Bill Burr podcast, Dave Chappelle podcast, and shit like that. That's it. You can't expose. So to HA's point, the only way that you could even tie Trump to this in any way, it would have to be intention, right? So he'd have to know that the DNC was doing something in order for him to direct someone. It's just crazy. Man, it's just crazy, like, to even try to bend your brain around the outlandish, the outlandish assertions, man. Like, they need to move on. And I said that in the video too, HA, today. I said, dude, if they don't get their crap together, HA, and start dealing with problems that affect real people and get off this Russia stuff, Trump gonna run another 4 years. It's gonna be 8 years of Trump, right? Because they are fun. So all those Democrats out there who think it's okay, who beat up on HA, who come for me, like, you need to stop talking about this. You need to realize we're trying to save you again. And once again, you're not listening. You really think average Americans give a crap about what you say about Russia? They don't. They want to know about them. They want to know about their unemployment, like to get a job. They want to know why 45% of African Americans between the ages of 19 and 34 don't have jobs in cities like Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit. They want to know answers to that instead of you tweeting about freaking Trump. Okay? So they want to say, HA, that it's all Trump's fault. Like he's being a distraction. No. He's being covered. You don't have to cover that crap, okay? I mean, am I being a distraction? Only if you watch me. I'm not being a distraction unless you watch me. If you don't watch me, I'm just a guy over there going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, you get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, Morning Joe Scarborough was talking about it recently. Like, I think this is all strategic. Trump wants to, like, own the news cycle. And what he does is he tweets on Sundays, knowing he'll own Sunday. No, he tweets Saturday night or early Sunday morning to own Sunday, and then Monday, and maybe even Tuesday. But guess what, Joe Scarborough and Miss Brzezinski, if you stop covering it, right, then it wouldn't matter what he tweeted about.
Exactly.
Get what I'm saying?
No. It wouldn't matter. But also, this is what I believe is going to take place. This is what I believe is going to take place. Okay.
Yeah.
So we said that the Democrats were going to lose. They lost. Trump won. Okay. I think Trump is on his way. I don't see the Democratic Party reversing course for 4 years. I think he's going to win in 2020. The same things are going to happen. The polls are going to say he's lost already. They're going to pick an establishment candidate. I think they're going to try their best to cheat Bernie Sanders, even though I hope Bernie will run again. But if it's Nina Turner, she has to run. Nina Turner. I love Nina Turner. Tulsi Gabbard. I love Tulsi Gabbard. They have to run. Democratic Party will do everything to cheat them.
Yep.
Everything possible to cheat the real progressive candidate or the anti-war candidate or the anti-perpetual regime change candidate. They'll pick eventually somebody, a centrist, neoliberal, Wall Street loves the person, whatever. They'll lose. I think once they lose again, then the donors are going to leave.
Yep.
And this is another reason why millions and millions of progressive voters are getting played throughout the country. This has nothing, the Democratic Party doesn't give a crap about progressive values or even liberal ideals. Oftentimes, it's a money-making machine. That's all it is. $1.2 billion. They outspent Trump 2-1, and they're so proud that they got the popular vote. Yeah, you outspent Trump 2-1. He was never a politician. He was a reality show star that grabbed women where. So it's like, wow, you won the popular vote, big deal. You knew you had to win the Electoral College.
Right.
I think what's going to take place, Democrats are going to lose again, and I think that the Democratic world revolves around Twitter, which is why, like I said, last no sellouts, all my tweets are very angry and they're very hate-filled because that world is a insular bubble, and that bubble's going to pop the next time. When Democrats lose in 2020, we'll see what happens in 2018. If Democrats don't do well in 2018 like they should, it's going to be really bad news for the party. And you got the Green Party growing. So
yeah, and you know what? You're right about those donors drying up. I think they're already starting to dry up, HA, because Keith Ellison's going after millennials' money and progressives' money, trying to fuel that into the DNC. I was reading an article where, Tom Perez was bragging about how great a fundraiser Keith Ellison could be for the DNC. See, because you're right, those big donors, their whole idea, big donors, they want their initiatives put forth. They want their whatever, they want their will to be done. Like, get that done. Like, so what good is it for a special interest group to give you money if you're going to freaking lose? So they're not going to do it. Like, they don't just give. It's like, I know it's crazy, right? Because during the 2016 election, we kept telling people, when people give Hillary money, they want something. Oh, no. They just give it to her because they like her. No, they just love her so much they give her millions of dollars because they're friends. They just want to hear her cackle on for an hour and give her almost $750,000 because she's got a great smile. She's such a authority on banking. No, they want something. But see, that's not going to happen anymore because no one's going to bet on a horse that can't run. Okay?
Yep.
So what's going to happen is they're going to try to sponge us. That's why they give Van Jones a job. Bring those millennials in. He's popular with the millennials. Get those votes in here. That way we get those young people, we get their money. Oh, we get their money, we put it in our war chest. Okay, so that's what it's always been about. And
That's what it's about.
it's
Yeah.
changing, HA. It's changing because now we're being effective because now, HA, they're coming to our people. You're not gonna just lie to millennials and lie to progressives and get away with it. Not on my watch, and I don't care who tells me that I should shut up about it. I'm not gonna do it. They're not gonna fund their stinking establishment candidates off the backs, the sweat, the tears of young people when they won't even let these young people get a freaking education. Without
Exactly.
incurring mountains of debt. So not only will you not champion causes to help the people that you want money from, you want to take their money? Oh, get out of here.
Exactly.
I'm
exactly.
on fire, man. I'm on fire, man.
Yeah, you are on fire.
Pissed off,
And
bro.
you're 100% right, because the thing that the thing that the Democratic Party doesn't understand, and the thing that progressive voters, many progressive voters don't understand, is that Democrats think with big money they can win, or they're just, a lot of them are pocketing the money. So, or there's some kind of like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, her career is just fine. Donna Brazile, just fine. Nothing's wrong. Imagine being caught on email sending debate questions to the rival of, totally disrupting the Democratic primary. It doesn't matter. The establishment, the power structure does not care. Imagine being Debbie Wasserman Schultz, basically screwed over millions and millions of progressive voters, screwed over millions of Bernie voters, and tilted the scales, had to be forced to leave. She still won re-election in her district. Mm-hmm. And so right now it is a money-making machine. But what they don't understand, what a lot of progressives don't get, is, well, our voice has been heard now, so they're gonna listen to us after 2016 because they know without us they'll lose. They don't care. Democrats don't care. At the end of the day, you think people were happy about Tom Perez? DNC doesn't care. They have Keith Ellison to go get millennial votes, or they think they can. So they don't care. They don't care about it. They care about Russia because Russia gets big money. You can get the $30,000 plate dinner again by saying, the Russians, they stole the election, so you can go ahead and help us. And then, of course, it's Trump racist, Sessions racist, even though, well, of course, we don't want to bring up the hypocrisy because that's bad. Cory Booker has a joint legislation with Sessions, and then let's hope that the executive order Trump abides by his promise to give $25 billion to historically black colleges and universities. I hope that he gives that $25 billion. Would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be. That would be. We'll see what happens. But I mean, just to double down on the point you just made about Debbie Wasserman and Donna Brazile. The Oscars recently, where they messed up the name of the Best Picture, like they screwed it up, like they wrote the wrong name on the card. That company got kicked out. Like they're not going to work with that company anymore because they screwed up. Okay. That wasn't intentional. I don't think that company, the accounting firm, whatever, I don't think they intentionally gave the wrong name, right? But Donna Brazile, she can intentionally give information, HA, cheat. She can intentionally cheat. Not only does she not lose a job, she's up there announcing the new guy. She's right there. Like nothing happens to him. So that goes to the core of the ethics of the organization. And and I think it speaks for itself, man. It's just so hypocritical. If a 20-year-old stewardess says, I don't know, something rude on Twitter, we want her fired.
Oh yeah,
we want her fired. Get her out of there. We don't ever want her to work again. Get out of here. Go to hell. We don't care if you're taking care of your grandmother. We don't care. Yeah. But the DNC can cheat all they want. They can lie, collude. They can manipulate the media. They can undercut people running in the party, running on the platform, or whatever, and Democrats ignore it. It's like, Jim, and not only do they ignore it, if I bring it up or if you bring it up, we're the bad guys. Not the corruption's not bad. No. But Tim, you can't talk about that. No, I will talk about it because it's very hypocritical. And besides, HA, we got like 24/7 coverage of people beating up on Republicans, don't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get 24/7, and also, Tim, you and I, at least we see the writing on the wall. This paradigm or power structure or this mentality within the liberal establishment.
Yeah.
One more loss to Trump, and poof, it goes away, and it's completely destroyed because once the big corporate money says, I'm not really sure about this Democratic Party. Oh my God. Then they're going to have to look at progressives. Only then will they say, we're going to ban fracking. They don't want to ban fracking, but if it's for money, they'll do it. Then Jill Stein, I always say this.
Uh-huh.
People tell me, oh, Trump, he's doing away with EPA regulations. Okay. Jill Stein has a green economy that she wants a green economy in 30 years with renewable energy, running on a Green New Deal. Democrats don't have any date on the calendar circled for completely renewable energy economy.
Okay.
So
yeah,
and that's the thing. They only focus on regulations. So of course Trump is repealing regulations. That's not good for the EPA. It's not good for the environment.
Right.
But what about having some kind of bold goal or objective? Mm-hmm. So people will give money to that. The average person wants to be moved by a grandiose goal or objective.
Right.
They don't just want to keep the status quo.
Right. They want to see something different. They want to see something happen that affects their life. And whether you agree with Trump or not, he had big ideas on his platform. The wall, come on, the wall is a really big idea. Yeah. I think it's a stupid idea, but it's a big idea. I think you just need to enforce the laws we got in place already. That's what I think we need to do. We don't need to spend that amount of money on a structure. That's my opinion, and I don't care who gets pissed off about it. That's how I feel about it. But be that as it may, it's a big idea.
Big idea.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, money out of politics, that's a big idea. Healthcare, free healthcare, that's a big idea. Universal coverage, single payer, that's a big idea. Free community college, those are big ideas. That if your idea isn't so big, people go, man, we can't do that. You ain't got a big enough idea then, because that's what you should be talking about to get people excited. Instead of force feeding them these incrementalism, right? Yeah. And expecting them to guilt them into getting their vote. Like they got to guilt you. Oh, you bad HA, bad HA, bad HA. You know better HA. You better get in there and support that failing candidate. But
no, I agree with you. You gotta. The only reason Bernie was able to do what he did, despite everybody against him, and he still was only at three little less than the 400 delegates from Hillary, and still she had everything on her side, everything. Even they were trying to cheat him, and he still got somewhat close, pretty close. He reached for the stars with big ideas. Yep. Democrats don't do that. So, and until they do that, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose. They're going to be like that actor in Get Out, the one that's the black guy that's crying, the way he's sitting there crying. That's how they're going to look when 2018 and 2020 is going to be sitting there crying. Just, I'm serious, man. Tears just running down like a little lamb. They'll be crying like Van Jones said he be crying all the time. That's what's going to happen if they don't wake up. And look, HA, you and I, man, we're doing the right work because you know what? We're saying the truth. We're holding their feet to the fire. We're the ones that's trying to save them. The rest of these go-alongs are afraid to call them out. But you know what? Unless you're calling them out, you ain't helping. How are you helping just going along with a train wreck? The guys, you go ahead, HJ.
No, I was thinking today, and I'm going to put the Washington Post along with Slate and the Daily Beast and all of them. I'm going to put the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of them, CNN, MSNBC.
Get them.
That entire machine, thousands of writers, thousands of journalists, hundreds and hundreds of people on TV. How come there's only you and me and maybe 5 or 6 other people? going against this. How come it's just like you can count on like one hand, like two hands? There's thousands of people part of the machine that got steamrolled by a guy with funny hair who said that he grabbed women by the you know where, and he was a reality show star. They got steamrolled. They got destroyed. And you had that whole entire machine just telling everyone how everyone got great. You had the smartest people, Nate Silver and all the statisticians, and all of their numbers were wrong. And they didn't even think he would win. Tim, they didn't even think he would become a Republican nominee.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't think he would become, and this is the data-driven people. They're the data-driven, they didn't become Republican nominees. So how come there's only like you and me and a couple other people? Or 3, 4, or 5 other people, whatever. It's unbelievable. That paradigm is so, but like I said, I don't see it lasting forever. And when it crashes, it's going to crash. It's not politically, metaphorically, it's going to be a very nice sight because I'm expecting the future to be bright. I'm expecting it's like a neoliberal implosion. That's what I'm expecting. The neoliberal implosion where, oh my God, we're going to have to ban fracking now. We don't want to, but without that, we won't get any money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, starve them. We're going to starve them out, man. We're going to make you change. That'll make you change because it's all about the money. So, yeah, if we don't give them the money, they're going to have to adapt. And that's real. That's progress. That's democracy. That's how you bend them to your will. You go after the money. Go after that wallet.
Yep.
You feel me? H.A., tell everyone where to go, what to do to find out more about H.A. Goodman.
Just go to H.A. Goodman YouTube and Counter Propa. That's my new publication. You can find that through the H.A. Goodman YouTube. And Tim, you're the best. Thank you so much for everything.
The best too, man. I'm proud of you and your website, man. This coming along, man. I was on there today, man. I was like, wow, H.A.'s got a lot of shares. And look, guys, counterpropa.com, man. Go to it.
Thank you so much, Tim. Have a great week.
You too, man.
And I can't wait for next No Sellouts.
No doubt, man. Give it up for my man, H.A. Goodman, guys.
Thank you, Tim.
That's the guy right there. That's the guy. Wow. Amazing. Now, where is that? Anyway, we'll leave it up. All right, guys, that's it for the show tonight, man. I had a great time doing the show as usual with my friend H.A. Goodman. Don't forget, I'm serious, guys. Go to counterpropa.com and follow H.A. Goodman and find out more about all the great things he's doing. He's a real friend. He's a real supporter of what we do here, and sign up with him. Catch me on the next video. I got a lot more content to pump out. I got to really ramp it up. It's that time. That's what it's here about now. Any of you guys on the East Coast, you be ready for this weather now. Because you're going to be snowed in. I hope my lines are going to function tomorrow because they're talking 8 inches to a foot. In some places, a little bit more. So I'm here in Maryland, right next door to D.C., and I'm like, I don't know, right? We'll see. But I hope to be here tomorrow doing this show. And find me on YouTube. All right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Find me at TBTV. And, yeah. Yeah, that's what you do, man. You hit them in the wallet, right? Hit them in the old change purse, and that'll wake them up. If nothing else will, that'll get them. Shout out to my moderator. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to Tim Black's Wolfpack in the house.
Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
See you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I'm out. Hashtag staying strong, staying tall. Stay strong, staying tall. Stay strong, staying tall. Hashtag nobody take your cornbread. Peace.